African solutions to African challenges is no mere slogan. The action plan must take into account that our people are keen to integrate and trade. It must address the matters of inter-Africa trade and investment, the need of landlocked countries, and also of regional security. To achieve this, however, our plans must be synchronized. So it is essential for our regional trading blocs on the continent to work closely to prioritize their transport infrastructure plans. For our part, we in East Africa have prioritized the development of key transport corridors in an effort to promote trade and investment within our sub-region. The improvement of the northern and central corridors which connect Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan, and the Democratic Republic of Congo are clear examples. We are working together to develop seamless transport infrastructure while doing all we can to protect and to preserve our environment. It is my hope that other regional trading blocs will consider a similar approach. We will have to be bold, we will have to be imaginative, and indeed innovative, to develop transport systems on our continent that are both efficient and environmentally sound. We must be ready to share best practices and lessons and invest in research, and we must also develop the necessary homegrown expertise on the continent to actually implement our plans.
We are so excited about Africa taking this initiative. It is on this continent that very often the future is being invented today. The world just hasn't seen it yet. And you are in a country here, for those of you who are visitors to Kenya, who have shown that this transition towards a green economy, a more resource-efficient and sustainable economy, is not some distant vision. We have seen it in the field of energy. Access to energy, 50, 60 years after most African nations achieved independence, is still an indictment in terms of access to energy. 3/4 of the continent's population do not have access to energy. The same statistics that you, President, have often also put on the table and said this cannot continue. It is here in Kenya that we have seen, for instance, the investment in renewable energies, geothermal, wind, solar, suddenly turn 50, 60 years of not being able to create access to energy for the majority of the population into a prospect that maybe in the next 5 to 7 years will for a vast majority become a reality. So trying to move towards a more sustainable energy system is actually being led on the continent of Africa by a number of countries, from Morocco to Kenya to South Africa. The same logic is one that brings us together here today when we look at the transport sector.
I congratulate African governments for taking this initiative to formulate a sustainable transport strategy. Your commitment to develop and maintain reliable, modern, sustainable and affordable infrastructure in both rural and urban areas is in line with the emerging African Agenda 2063 and the associated Common African Position on the post-2015 development agenda. Africa is growing rapidly, and I am very encouraged to see so much dynamism from individuals and the private sector, creating jobs and income. A sustainable transport sector is crucial to sustaining this hard-earned momentum.
What are the image?